Hello, very good evening. This is Dr. Zishan Bhatti. In today's cool tip, we're basically going to learn to control the visibility of objects within Maya's viewport so that you can have a very faster viewport. Especially in an environment when you have lots of objects in your places, with lots of buildings, and then you're trying to animate at the same time. We always have found that the viewport gets laggy, it gets very slow, and the camera movement is slow, the character movement is slow, and so on and so forth. So we work around with very tricks for that. Very easy and simple way of doing lots of viewport optimization is by controlling the visibility of objects and how they are basically viewed or made visible within your viewport, not in the rendering, within your viewport, and that allows us to control the viewport in much more convenient and faster way, if I can say. So basically what you need to do is you need to press Ctrl A and go into your attribute editor. So if I have the scene available, I go into attribute editor, you select any particular object. Within this attribute editor, if you come into the shape node, you would have something called render stats. Now this render stats is something that basically has a double-sided surface, cast shadows, and so on and so forth. So you can control certain aspects of the object from here. So for example, objects that are far away from an object, far away from the camera, we can turn the cast shadows off so that they don't cast shadows in the renderings, and the rendering becomes off, smooth shading, and so on and so forth. So we can enable and disable these things as well, and we can also disable the double-sided surface so that the viewport doesn't calculate both the sides, it just calculates the first side, and it becomes a little bit faster with that. Then if you scroll down, there is something called object display, not in the render stats, outside the render stats, and another window called object display. You can control the visibility, template, hide or playback the settings in this video as well. So for example, we can hide or unhide this object. Obviously this is something we can do in channel box. You can template that object. Again, this is a cool feature. What this will basically mean, now your only wireframe is visible, and then this wireframe is not selectable as well. You are no longer able to select this object as well. So I untemplate that, and then there is something, if I uncheck this, there is an option called object display and drawing overrides. Alright, within this we have something called drawing overrides. Now this is something that I want to talk about. Drawing override is basically a feature that allows us to control how objects are drawn on the viewport, and we can control that. So for example, you select an object, you go into attribute editor, go into drawing overrides, enable this thing. Once you enable this thing, now you get a little bit more control. For example, current display is normal. I can say it should be template. Now what template means, object is displayed in a wireframe, and then it is only displayed in a wireframe. There is no shaded view available. You cannot select it. It becomes locked. You cannot select the object. It only displays in wireframe. So what happens is that when you're working with a larger objects, larger scene, that object is no longer selectable. So you cannot select it accidentally. And then it is only appearing as a wireframe, no shaded view, no texture, nothing. So it becomes very cool and very lightweight for our viewport to navigate. Similarly, reference only means that object is visible. However, it is not selectable. Again, these two things you can control with layer editor. You can go into display, polygon properties, you can control from there as well. Hang on, sorry, rendering, polygon, object display. Thank you very much. Right, object display, you can control these things from here as well, but this is again something that you can do from within your drawing overrides as well. Second cool thing that we can control within this is called level of detail. Now by default, every object would give you a full level of detail, means that object is visible with its full potential, full vertices and everything. However, if you just click on bounding box, now that object is only displayed as a bounding box. So if I select this roof, I have some segments going on in here. I can click on enable overrides, come into the level of details, and just enable the bounding box. Now you see, for that particular roof, only a bounding box is appeared. What this means is that there's just a template showing you that this is where some object would be placed, and this object now would be very quickly rendered and in your viewport, and you can very easily navigate around your viewport, and it will not slow down your viewport. However, these overrides do not affect your render settings. So if you go back into your rendering, hit render, the object is visible there and there. So it becomes very easy and a peace of mind that object would be displayed in rendering. However, in your viewport, you're only getting bounding box because I'm already done with this object. I no longer need it. So I enable it and just put it in the bounding box. I can go back into full shading, full view, then something called shading, what basically means that I don't want to view shading. Again, another something, for example, if you need to view an object but you don't want to make it template because you want to select it. You don't want to reference it because again you want to select it, but because that object is there and you want to select it, you want to move it, it has to navigate with the scene, but it is taking a lot of space. If you want to take it bounding box, it becomes something that again just messes up your entire scene structure. So you don't want to create, because bounding box means it's a square box. It will always be a square box for every single object. That square box will be very lightweight, very quickly renderable within your viewport. So your viewport would be fast for these objects, but again you want to see the full object, you want to touch it, move it. So what should we do? We turn the shading off. By turning the shading off in your enabling and your overrides, in your drawing overrides, this means that object is displayed, however there is no longer a shade available for that object. So if I select this roof, enable overrides, go into shading, turn the shading off, the object is displayed, the wireframe is displayed, but there is no shading information. If there is no shading information, there is no color, no texture. This object again gets quickly rendered in your viewport. Your viewport is very quickly calculating. So for example, you can see this, there are small objects with certain details available, and then each of these objects I can go into here and enable and hide the shading information. That would basically mean that this object would only be now displayed with a wireframe on, and which would actually increase your frame rate when you're moving and working with your Maya environment. So this again becomes extremely cool that you turn the shading information off. Along with the shading, you can hide the texturing. So for example, you have an object that has a very high level detail of textures available, but you don't want to see the texture for that particular object. Again, we come into drawing overrides, we go into my level of details, and or we just hide the textures. I hide the texture so that that object texture is not visible for me. I don't want to see the textures, and that would basically mean that my object is there in a wireframe mode. Again, the viewport becomes very fast. The next cool thing within this is playback. Now, because I've unchecked playback, if I scroll through the time, this object doesn't get calculated and doesn't get visible within my playback, which basically again mean my viewport now will become more fast, because now when we are scrolling through, my Maya is not calculating that particular object when we are trying to move with that thing. So these are few basic very cool things that we can do. Other than that, sometimes I also like to do this. I can change the color of these objects as well. By default index, I can just switch to RGB, or for example in this case, let me just hit blue or green. So now this object's wireframe appears in green color. This is something we see, and especially when we do rigging and everything, we come here, we switch the object, and we want to change the wireframe of that object. So now that object's wireframe again becomes blue. Even you have a full detail shading, texturing, or everything with that. So we can select that wireframe in a different color. So you can change the wireframe color of a particular object individually as well by coming into your drawing overrides. So this is a hopefully very cool tip that you can use to control what objects get displayed and how do you get displayed, and you can control your viewport with respect to your objects that are displayed. This is Dr. Ishan Bhatti. Thank you for watching. If you've been watching my videos, do kindly ensure that you have subscribed that red button and hit that bell icon so that you get notifications of all the latest videos. Thank you very much. See you around.